Okay, we're live for the instant match reaction. Burton 0, West Ham 1. We are through to the fifth round of the FA Cup. And Ryan, he couldn't join me the extra time. Done him. So he had to go out. So it's just me. And great, I've got to talk more. Because I was going to just chill and let Ryan do a lot of the talking. Because I've just had to talk through that painfully boring game. That was horrible. It really was. I mean, why? Look, and I'm going to get to the positives. I don't think it's going to be a negative, right? But let me just get this out the way. That was an awful watch. Nuno, why he set us up that way so negatively, right? Why he had us playing five at the back against Burton, I don't know. I do not know why he did that. And it just made it so insufferable to watch. Now, the lineup, you can see the lineup here. I thought it was the right way to go. You know, I thought for the most part, I thought it was great. Maybe you could have put Tatty on at the start, bit of energy. But for the most part, it was a good lineup. Maybe Disasi could have started over Mavropanos just to rest him, but I have to say Mavropanos was excellent today, and he captained the team really well. I have to say he showed a lot of leadership. It was a brilliant match. Pilot was man of the match today. Yeah, that's a good start. Apparently they gave it to Somerville. Apart from that, I think Mavropanos could be man of the match. He was a warrior today, and when that all kicked off near the end of the game, I thought he handled it brilliantly. He took the player, the Burton player who was the instigator. He just sort of took him to the side, took him out of the confrontation, and dealt with it like a captain. So really shout out to Mavropanos, yeah. And I feel bad for all the international fans that are watching it at silly times over the world. I mean, that must have been a struggle to stay awake. Ultimately, look, we're through. No injuries. We've lost Freddie Potts. We got a straight red, which I think I see some saying it's not. I think that was a reckless challenge. Like, that could have really broke his ankle there, broke his leg, like scissored him. Even as he got up, he sort of put his hand up like that. He knew it was a bit naughty. Yeah, not surprising, to be honest, that he's sent off. So that's the only downside. But overall, you know, some youngsters got game time. And the thing is, I've seen some people sort of have a pop at the youngsters. But like even La Madrid and things like that, it's really tough to slate them or blame them or say that they're not good enough when they wasn't really set up to shine with that formation. Like Burton in the first half particularly had a lot of the ball. We had the possession, but we was passing it around ourselves. But when it come to actually having the ball in dangerous areas, it was them. Right, I think near enough all the first half, we'd had no shots at all, no attempts. And they'd had quite a few. Their finishing was awful. We have to be grateful that their finishing was awful. And that's why once we got that goal, I was so confident that we'd see it out. We got another clean sheet, which is really positive. We're getting these clean sheets up. So Areola has his first clean sheet of the season, I believe. So it's good. I think Potts is a 3-game ban as far as I'm concerned. People are asking if it's a 3-game or 1 game. I think it's 3-game. I think because it's a dangerous tackle. But it's not violent conduct. So I don't know. I don't know what the rules are with it these days, because it's not intentional. It's a mistake. It's reckless. So maybe it could be. But apparently it's 3. But yeah, the fact that it went to extra time, I was just like, no. And it's typical, like, listen, I was so grateful when Somerville scored. He's brilliant. I didn't want to see him have to come on. But he come on towards the end of normal time, and I wish he'd got that goal in normal time, so we didn't have to suffer another half an hour, and he didn't have to play that extra time. Because I wanted him to get a rest, because he runs himself ragged for us. He's so important. He is our best player right now. It's another goal for him. He is an unbelievable form, and what a goal it was. What a goal it was. And he just took it by the scruff of the neck like we needed someone to do. Excellent finish. Excellent finish. So, yeah, ultimately, I just think Nuno as well. That the sub he made, he brought off um, La Madrid, and then he brought on. Who did he bring on? He brought on Potts, yeah. So he brought off a winger for a defensive midfielder, which was mad. He brought off a winger for when we're not really creating nothing, when we're not really doing anything going forward. He brought off a winger and brought on a defensive midfielder. That was mad to me. It weren't until Tatty and Somerville came on that we opposed any sort of attacking threat. So, yeah, crazy decisions from Nuno. That's what frustrates me about him, is his decision making. He's still at heart a negative manager, even though we've been much more positive. That he brought it back to the old Nuno that we saw before this change. But yeah, what did La Madrid do? I didn't get to see him do anything. You know, he's done really well in the under-21s, but I'm not going to judge him on it because he was playing in a team that was set up to do nothing for most of the game, all the time he was on. He was set up to do nothing. Like, you know, if we'd have actually changed up the formation and maybe put an extra man in midfield or an extra man up front, then you're giving La Madrid a lot more opportunities to do something, more players to play off. But no, you're sitting at 5 at the back and sitting deep and expecting your wingers to work miracles when they've got to flipping carry the ball up and down like he's playing as essentially a wing back. So poor, so poor. But we won, right? So that's another win. It's another positive result that we can take forward now. That is, how many wins is that? Is that 5 in our last 6 or 4 in our last 5? We won QPR, beat QPR. My memory is shocking. We beat QPR. We beat a team after that. Sunderland? Did we beat Sunderland? Well, we won a lot of games lately. We only lost to Spurs. Yeah, we beat Spurs. Yeah, we've only lost to Chelsea, and even that game it was fine margins. Like, so we've only lost one game in our last 6 or something, right? Which is positive. Boring but positive. We're back in the hat, which is good. Yeah, Mayer's done well. KWB, like there was defensively, there was even Kilman done well, but we've got to remember we can't. We give credit and we give praise because you got beat who's in front of you, but it is Burton, so we're not going to get carried away. The draw, I'm sure the draw is usually Monday, isn't it? Is it Monday or is it going to be tomorrow night? Because there's more games tomorrow. Oh, it's tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow. Monday, yeah, Monday. I mean, yeah, Monday. Yeah, Traore is the funniest. He's a funny player, man. He is so funny. Like, he just looks so awkward on the ball at times. If Traore is not just fucking running, he looks really uncomfortable if he's just not running with the ball. Like, when he's got to turn and control the ball, honestly, it's like he's moving through cement. It's crazy. But yeah, formation was wrong. Was absolutely wrong. 100%. You know, I think Wilson got himself about, but some of his decision making let him down. I think today there's a few instances where you think, yeah, he could have done better there. But ultimately, it was a poor performance. It was a poor performance today. It really was. So we can't overlook that. We got away with a poor performance and winning. We can't get away with that against Bournemouth. Against Bournemouth, we've got to be on our job. Like, Bournemouth are a decent team. I know that results haven't gone their way, but they're a team that's capable of beating us, definitely. But we're going to have a better lineup out, right? We're going to have a better group of players. So we don't judge the Prem team against this. This was a bad day at the office, but most of those were our B team. It's essentially our B team, right? Which a lot of us wanted to see line up. I just didn't want to see that formation. I think that team that group of players had more to offer. Had Nuno been a bit more brave. Had he been more brave, I think, we would have got to see the best of a lot of those players today. So I think it's poor for Nuno. That he's done them like that. So that's unfortunate. But like I said, overall, win is what matters. We'll see how far we can go. We're gonna need to rely on getting draws like this. There are still a lot of these lower league teams in the tie so far. Obviously, we were the first game, but yeah, Wrexham are through on the FA Cup. Burnley are beating Mansfield 1-0, so they'll go out. Salford will go out to Man City. Norwich or West Brom, one of them will go through, right? So you fancy that. Southampton or Leicester, one of them will go through. Still a lot of big teams. So you got Aston Villa versus Newcastle, so one of them will be removed from the comp. I think it'll be Newcastle. Liverpool, Brighton. Brighton could be removed, so then it's Liverpool. But you got Birmingham City versus Leeds. Grimsby, Wolves. I can see Grimsby getting a win there. Oxford, Sunderland. Stoke, Fulham, Arsenal, Wigan. Macclesfield, Brentford. So I think there'll be a few. We just have to hope that we're one of the teams. There's going to be a lot less. This is what I'm saying. Like I said on Friday Night Pint, to get to be confident, that we can get to a semi, right? Is you're placing a lot of hope on luck of the draw. Like I don't think we're getting to the semi-final. Because it's a lot to expect to get the luck of the draw when these caliber teams are running out. Like if we get a top team and then we have to play our first team in the FA Cup, that's a bad place to be where we are in the Prem, When are we playing? Yeah, when is the FA Cup the next round? That is a good question. I'm sure it's next month, isn't it? Yeah, so we don't want to be in a situation where we have to play in our Prem team. Port Vale are playing the 3rd of March in the 4th round. So, bloody hell, that's a while away. Port Vale has still got to play Bristol City. So, okay, we could get one of them. So, I guess it must be in March, right? The next round. So yeah, like I said, my Traore has more chance of getting a semi. Yeah, like, look, it'd be nice to just see how far we can go playing our B team. But the eyes have got to be on staying up, because I don't like if we can get to a semi-final, then I'm like, play the big boys. Like, get to the semi-final, play the big boys. Until then, you need to rest and rotate as much as we can, so we can do what we need to do to stay up. We have to beat Bournemouth. We absolutely have to. No room for error, no room for draws or anything. We have to keep that pressure up, because I honestly think we're in the best out of us and Forest and Spurs. We are in the best position to stay up. We have the stability, we have the momentum, we have the form. We just need to make sure we have the points. That's the problem. We can fucking play well and deserve to win and batter teams. If we don't get the points, like, I would take that. Like, if we can do that in the Prem and just play like shit and bore us to death and just shit house a win, I'll take that. I'll take that. All day long. March 7th, is the next. That's weird that the 4th round, there's a 4th, Port Vale Bristol City 4th round, is so far away. Like, why is it in, I guess it was postponed or something? I don't know why that was that. So, yeah, like I said, the positive is we don't have to watch that game anymore. It's over, and we're through. It's over, and we are through to the next round. Thank God for that. So, I will be watching that closely. Because we really need to hope. We're going to get flipping a big team in it. We're going to get Liverpool or Man City. Honestly. So, yeah, let me see if I can estimate Emirates round dates. So, it has roughly the dates for every round. Roughly. So, yeah, the 5th round is 7th of March, you're right. Then the quarterfinal would be 4th of April. Semi-final, 25th of April. Final, 16th of May. Yeah, so you think about it, right? If we get a favourable draw and we can win, then we're in the quarterfinals. We're one game away from Wembley. Mate, can you imagine? Oh my, don't. Don't start. Don't start. Believe we're only one game from the quarters. So if we get fortunate, so there should still be a lot of lower teams in there, right? Man of match is the pilot that flew the banner. Yeah, great job on the banner that flew out the BS out banner. Great job. Great protest with the cards they got on the screen. Brilliant. We can beat Liverpool. We let them off. We showed too much respect. But the problem is he'll probably pay him too much. He paid. Look how much respect Nuno paid Burton. He played Burton respect. Our last quarters final was the last year at the Boleyn, and we got robbed. We got robbed in that quarter. We should have made it to the semis. If we made it to the semis, then who knows? But we were absolutely robbed in that quarter final. Absolutely robbed. Schweinsteiger's goal should have never have stood. If we'd had VAR, maybe something would have happened. Absolute sickener. So yes, let's hope. But yeah, like youngsters got some valuable minutes. La Madrid debut, is good. Listen, Orford when he come on, he played well. I think Orford looked decent when he come on. He looked decent. So I want to see more Orford. I personally would be surprised if Potts' red card gets overturned. If that was a foul on a West Ham player, I would be calling red all day long. I'd be calling for a red. Because I just think it was, and the fact that he got up and he put his hand up, he knew it was nasty. So I don't think it gets overturned. But yeah, no VAR. I think if there was VAR, because we had. I think we had a shout. Wasn't there a penalty shout? And you think, with VAR, maybe something could have happened. But yeah, we got the win. Why no Bowen? Because Bowen is knackered. Bowen, I agree with not even having him on the bench. Bowen needs that rest. So yeah, that was good. Todibo will be back, which is really good. So we have options now where we won't have to see Kilman in the league. So hopefully we get like a Port Vale or something in the next round. City 1-0 Salford, own goal. Yeah, City going to win this all day long. It'll be light work. Handball with the second one. Yeah, so we saw it out. So yeah, the fan cams will be up there. I'm sure they'll be good. Because imagine watching that game in the stadium, as boring as it was here. I mean, it is boring watching it like... The amount of times on the watch along, I just pay attention to the chat more than the game because I'm so bored. I need to distract myself because I can't just sit and go on my phone or some crap. I have to watch it. So yeah, it's honestly a relief that we're through and a relief it's over. Yeah, Disasi did look good when he come on. Disasi as well. That looks like that could be a good signing. And I'll listen. I'll hold my hands up if it is. Because I didn't see it. But so far, he's looking all right. But, so it's going to be an interesting one when Todibo comes back. Because Mavropanos, you can't take him out. You can't take him out of the team. Then it's Todibo and Disasi, unless he plays that cursed three at the back, which I don't want to see. Because it's awful. If we have to sign Disasi. Yeah, I mean, look, there's still a lot of games to play, so if he keeps playing in this form, then yeah, I'm all for signing him. So yeah, listen, we'll take the positives out of that, through to the next round. Let's go, see the draw on Monday, and see how far we can really go in this comp. If we won the FA Cup and stayed up, mate, Nuno statue. But yeah, I weren't impressed with him today. I'll be honest with you. And I don't get, and this is the thing, I don't get the Traore. This guy, Nuno was obsessed with him. Like he basically cost him his job, right? Because he fell out with Forest over this wanting to sign Nuno and then not wanting to get Nuno. He comes to West Ham, desperate to get Nuno. He gets Nuno. He's desperate to get Traore. Sorry, Nuno's desperate to get Traore. We get Traore, and he just looks. He looks awful. Like, when you watched him in spells for Forest, right? And he had them spurts where he's fucking bombing forward and he does this, right? It's like, oh, wow, look at that pace and power. When you actually watch him for your team, like closely watch him, you realise like how poor of a football player he is, how uncomfortable he looks on the ball. Honestly, it's I don't get that. Nuno's really got to answer some questions on that signing. He really has, but as long as he stays up. But this is a player like, what are we going to do with him? We're probably going to have him in the summer. So yeah, we probably will get a big team, but let's hope. Let's hope we do something. But yeah, listen. Oh, yeah, let's hope we get a good draw. Back to Bournemouth at home. Must win. So enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Look out for the fan cams, everyone. One thing left to say. Come on, you Irons.